Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dolynny TV. Welcome into tonight's edition of Trade Deadline Discussion. Oh, Troy's all fired up for this one. We get the last breaking news on the live stream. 5 minutes to go in the game, and Mike Green becomes an Edmonton Oiler for, well, Mr. Kyle Brodziak. Tell me if you had Kyle Brodziak pegged to be the man traded by the Oilers at the deadline to acquire a defenseman who can play 16 minutes a night when Bob Stauffer tweeted that earlier today. I don't think you did. So, the thing is, how does this all break down? Let me snip this for you, and then let me see if I can find the draft pick consideration involved. It's a conditional pick for the Edmonton Oilers in either 2021. I've heard it's a fourth that slides to a third in 2021 if the conditions are met. So let me get this captured. Green trade. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me about this. If I would have heard Mike Green was coming in Oilers 6 years ago, maybe I'd be a heck of a lot more excited. But that said, it's still an exciting trade because she's an upgrade on our defense. We'll get to Mike Green in just a second. I'm going to have a hard time not saying Mike Smith tonight considering his fantastic performance against the LA Kings. But let's get to this Mike Green trade, shall we? Where is he? On my list of things, Mike Green, Mike Green, Mike Green, Mike Green. Why did I not save it? Because I saved it as Green. This is breaking just as we are getting into this, so pardon me as we're going to have a little bit of fun getting this all going together. Green trade right there. That's what I want. Bing, bang, boom. And the other thing, ladies and gentlemen, let me get this up here for you. Image. There we go. Image. Let me shrink that. Let me get that there, and we're going to go side of my screen, and I'm going to roll on over this way. And ladies and gentlemen, let me take the scoreboard down. It's a 50% retention of the cap for Mike Green. And, of course, his salary as well. The Oilers have acquired defenseman Mike Green from the Detroit Red Wings in exchange for forward Kyle Brodziak. Like I said, I wasn't joking you. It's Kyle Brodziak going back the other way to Detroit, who was just on the LTIR the other day, and a conditional draft pick in either 2020 or 2021. Like I said, I've heard what it is. It's a fourth round pick in exchange for a third if the conditions are met in the third round. Oilers announced they've acquired Mike Green. Finally get an elite offensive defenseman in 2009 if that's the case. The Oilers have exchanged things, conditional draft pick, and all right, so it's just everybody's talking about the conditional pick, not really anything breaking down quite yet. Oilers beat the Kings 4-2. You got to know that as well. You already see all that on my screen, though. And let's see, what do we got? So, Mark Spector's got the conditions on the green pick. Detroit gets a fourth in 2020. It turns into a third in 2021 if Edmonton gets to the conference final. Now, Cap Friendly is not going to be able to break this one down for you, but if it's an official trade, ladies and gentlemen, this one works. It somehow works for the Edmonton Oilers. Don't ask me. I'm terrible at cap math, apparently. And what we need to know is the fact that Kyle Brodziak's still listed on the LTIR for the Edmonton Oilers. We'll get to it a little bit later. Right now, this one just breaking down. We got to break it down as quick as possible. So let me get the hockey reference for Mr. Mike Green and kind of tell you what he's been up to in Detroit this year. I know at some points the Wings fans have been complaining about it. I got to send a quick message, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, we made a trade. We made a trade finally. My good buddy from the NHL 20 community, Thrash, I had to send him that message. So Mike Green, what has he been up to this year? How about 11 assists or 11 points in a total of 48 games, a minus 32. If that ain't something the Oilers fans are going to pick up on and yell about, let me tell you, I don't know what is. But Mike Green, let's go get this. Mike Green stats, ladies and gentlemen. Big trade. You can tell me I wasn't excited about this, but now all of a sudden, now that I get to talk about a trade, I get very excited about a trade. And, well, flying off the handle, Tyson Dolynny, what do I do best? That is exactly what I do best, fly off the handle. So let me see if I can get Mike Green's stats right there. Bing, bang, boom, and the other thing. Oh boy, I'm a mess tonight. She is, of course, 10:45 in the evening, so forgive me a little bit. Definitely, if you're new to Dolynny TV, you're tuning in for the first time because of this trade, get that subscription button hit, leave a like on tonight's video, and let's get to Mike Green's stats here. A career 878 games, 150 goals, 351 assists, and 501 points. He just got that 2 points ago for the Detroit Red Wings. He's a minus 32 this season. That's actually brought his plus minus down below career average, which was averaging a plus before this Detroit season. So I don't think you can blame the awfulness of Detroit on Mike Green. Maybe you can. I don't know. I haven't watched Detroit. Ladies and gentlemen, I watched the most Detroit minutes I've watched all season tonight against the Calgary Flames. Pre-game before the Oilers game, Connor McDavid now with Gene Principe talking about things. Now, the thing is, with Mike Green, he's been elite at offense in his career, right? And the 08-09 season, he had 73 points in 68 games. The Capitals were great at that point. 76 points in 75 games in 2009-2010. Kind of dipped down in 2010-11, where he had 16 points in 49 games. Then, right, over the course of his career, he's been pretty much in that 26 to 45 range minimum, right? He's had a couple 45. The last 10 years or the last 8 years or so, it's been between 26 and 45 at most, normally in the 30s. Ladies and gentlemen, this trade, I guess you're going to ask, Tyson, how are we justifying this one? How does this one work out? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. Pretty much giving up a third-round draft pick at worst for Mike Green for a playoff run, given the fact that we've had very many injuries this season, a lot of injuries, however I word that. I don't know. I can't even make words. Like I said, it's 10:45 at night, and I'm breaking trades down on trade deadline day. This is a veteran, right? This is a playoff veteran, Mike Green of the Washington Capitals. From the days back, he's played with the Detroit Red Wings. He's 34 years old, won't turn 35 till the offseason. And, of course, go over to his cap-friendly Mike Green, get him going, and we'll discuss him. A guy we've discussed a lot about, and, of course, we've got to discuss the Ken Holland stuff. Mike Green, half his salary is about 2.65, 2.7, about in there. 2.7 is half of his salary. So we'll still remain interested to see how that all shakes out. But Mike Green, you know what? He's played a lot of playoff years. Let's just recount him, right? The first year he was in Detroit, he had a playoff year. He's had a year before that. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 playoff years, 8 playoffs, 9 playoffs, if you count the total 2 with the Hershey Bears, 7 years in the playoffs in the NHL at 34 years old. Guys, I know that's a right-hand shot, but ladies and gentlemen, that is a very good move for the Oilers. And I'm not saying Mike Green is amazing, Mike Green is this, Mike Green is that. Ladies and gentlemen, the simple fact that we traded Kyle Brodziak, who I've been yelling about trading off and on for months now, and simply gave up a third-round pick to acquire a guy of, I know it's faded stature, but a stature of Mike Green to solidify our back end. Whew, I'm fine. I'm fine and dandy because, ladies and gentlemen, life is good. Life is good. I know, how do you stack up the right side? But think if Larson goes down again. Think if Benning goes down again. That's big holes to fill. Our right side's stacked. I was very opposed to this trade earlier on today, but simply put, for the return we got, I got no problems. Acquired from the Red Wings for Kyle Brodziak, a conditional pick. The worst it can be is a third-round pick. Realistically, the only thing the Oilers are giving up is a fourth-round pick. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you how okay of a trade this is. It's a good trade. It's a good trade. It's a very good trade. Realistically speaking, to give up a third-round pick at worst, a fourth-round pick, I mean, Ken Holland said he wasn't parting with his picks, but I'm sorry. Can you name who the Oilers drafted in the 4th round of 2019? I probably can, but I don't think the casual fan can, and it's 10:45 at night. I'm not going to be able to do it myself right now. But that said, if the Oilers don't make the conference finals and Mike Green doesn't play half the games, I think we are fine. I think we are dandy. I think we are good, right? So the Oilers get a 4th in 2020. It turns to a 3rd in 2021 if Edmonton gets to the conference finals and he plays in half the games. The Oilers got half of the salary attended, so that's absolutely nuts. And here's the thing. Kurt Levens, as reported at the Cult earlier today, Mike Green had a modified no-trade clause, submitted a list of 10 teams he would say yes to, wanted to come to the Oilers in Edmonton. Very good acquisition, excellent price tag. So the Edmonton Journal, Edmonton Sun, already calling about it being absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what else to say. It's a fantastic trade. The math works, apparently, and that's all we got. We'll break down more trade deadline deals tomorrow morning here on Dolynny TV. If you tune into the live stream, we'll have Troy recapping trade deadline day. Hopefully a Carey Price move for him and his Avalanche. And guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to get to bed right now. No game recap tonight. Guys, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. I will catch you in the next one.